Hey guys, my name's James Nicholson and I'm the State Manager in Queensland here for Alia, and I just wanted to take the next couple of minutes just to run over a few networking tips that have worked for me. Okay, moving from the business world into library and information science, I was super enthusiastic, very excited, and at the time of when I was studying, I decided to self-fund a trip to Alia National down in Adelaide. That was a huge expense. I wasn't working full-time at the time, but I looked at the bigger picture and hoped, it would bear fruit. And looking back, it was one of the best things I could have done. But at the time, going down there, I knew I had to make the most of it, and one of those things was to develop my network, develop my contact list. So that's what I did, and since then, the events that I've been to, I've kind of, you start to hone it, you get better and better, and these are just a few things that seem to have worked for me. Hopefully they work for you too. So the first thing is to target the people that you want to meet at the event. That can be as simple as one person as the convener at a small group event, just going, targeting them, meeting them, introducing yourself. That's your networking thing done. At a conference, it might be a few more people, a varied amount of people. But one thing I would say is that don't forget that whether you're a student, new graduate, mid-career librarian or an end-career librarian, we all have something to offer. We've all got value to give, and it's not just a one-way street. So don't feel intimidated by anyone that you want to meet, thinking that you've got nothing to speak about. You've definitely got kind of something to offer. Okay, you're a valuable person and you've got valuable experiences that we can all learn from. So my first tip would be to seek out the people that you think you're going to connect well with, that might be relevant to your area, and try and find a photo of them if you can. That's really useful. It's something that my predecessor Amy to this role did very well. She went to a conference, had a list of people she wanted to meet and their photo next to them, so there was no mistakes. That's something that you could definitely do. Second thing is, once you've met those people, what do you say? Well, I developed an elevator pitch. That's basically just a couple of sentences explaining who you are, what you're about, what your story is basically. When I was at the conference, it was as simple as saying, hi, my name's James, I'm a student at RMIT studying a Masters of Information Management, and I'm just really excited to be in the network, to be in the industry, and I'm always looking for new and exciting opportunities if you know of any. And that starts a conversation. Oh yeah, have you thought about this? Have you considered these people? I've heard about this, or I used to study at RMIT, or I've not long finished my masters, or I remember when I did my masters. And those kind of things kickstart a conversation, but it also gives them an idea of who you are and what you're about. So once you've done that, then you move on to maybe leaving your mark or separating yourself from other people. For me, I use business cards sometimes. Now, don't get me wrong, not all the time. You don't give them out to everyone. I'm just glad that in certain situations, I'm glad I had one. And that might be to kickstart a conversation, to end a conversation, or just because you want to give them your details. But my tip is to give them respect, your details, give them respect. And what I mean by that is so many times I see people offering business cards and they just go, oh, yeah. Oh, and I'd love to send you an email sometime, and here are my details on my card. There's my card, thanks. And they just throw it down, don't think two thoughts of it. The other person maybe puts it in their pocket, never to be picked up again, okay? For me, I want to say, hey, look, I'm a valuable person. We can get mutual benefit from this. I really value what they've got to say and had to say. So I'd normally say, with both hands, hey, that was fantastic. If you wouldn't mind, I'd love to drop you an email in the next few days just to discuss what we've just talked about. But here are my details. My number's just here. You can contact me anytime, and my email's just there. Feel free to drop me a line if you do get the time. But I really want to say thank you for your time, and it was really nice meeting you. Hand them your card, but with a bit of respect. And what that does is it shows them that you value your time and details, but it also shows them that I value their time, that I want to meet them in particular, and that I'm not just playing the numbers game by throwing out a number of cards and hoping that I get something back. You're targeting those people. You've seeked them out like you have before. You've explained what you're about, and you're going, hey, here are my details, with a bit of respect. So in recap, I would say target people that you want to meet, create an elevator pitch, and use business cards sparingly, but when you do, show them a bit of respect, give them a bit of value. All my opportunities have come from being in the right place at the right time, but that's only come about because I've got a network of people to help put me in those places, to help make me aware of those opportunities, or maybe pass on my details on my behalf. So you've got to kind of just jump in, get involved, and remember that it's not just a professional thing. Some of the contacts that I've made are now my friends as well. So I'm really glad that I got involved with speaking to people and just putting myself out there, because although I've looked silly at times, in the end I've got groups of friends that I now meet up regularly, and I'm glad that I've met, and I've also got a professional network that have put opportunities my way and helped me get to where I am. So if you see me at a conference or a networking event and you want to come and say hello, I'd love to have a chat with you, to say hello and introduce yourself. So come up and say hi. Have a great day. Cheers.